it is, but it is not permanent tinnitus. But is a sensation when he is hungry and when he is eating. Only during that time. It's temporary. While when you observe a person while eating, then you can identify certain remedies. Some persons, for example, when he is eating, is very nervous, they behave very hurried while eating, very much hurried and as if they have to rush somewhere urgently like that, even though they are at home, because after coming back from the office, they did not rush anywhere. But even then, that is a different fellow. That is not sulfur. But for example, I am telling, that is a person who needs hyoscyamus. He will eat like that.
Hyoscyamus?
Hyoscyamus.
Very fast.
Yes, fast and
In a hurry.
in a hurry. Because his mind is always in a hurry. There is no occasion for that. But always while eating he will be like that, in hyoscyamus. Whereas in sulfur, these are the symptoms while eating, feeling this blockage of the ears. When he is hungry, it is sounds. When he is eating, it is blockage. That is what you find in sulfur persons. If it is natriureticum person, while eating, you have sweats pouring down.
Natriureticum. When you have this symptom and it doesn't work, natriureticum.
No, always you should not administer only by one symptom.
I know.
Then you have to correlate with the other symptoms. So the other symptoms are also indicating at least you should have 2 mental symptoms, because mental symptoms are very important especially in the chronic treatment. So at least you should have 2 mental symptoms and modalities. Then you can administer. Only on one symptom you cannot. And another feature what you find in sulfur persons constitutionally is that at a very early age, the teeth and gums are destroyed. There will be bleeding, occasionally bleeding from time to time from the gums, and pain in the teeth. And while brushing also you may get bleeding. So by 25 years, 30 years, even by that age, the teeth are destroyed. So originally, basically it is like that, and if he has wrong habits, it will be more. For example, if you eat an ice cream and immediately if you drink a tea or coffee, that is what people mainly in Europe that I have seen. So your teeth are destroyed. It's wrong action. So by the inner sora, the teeth are destroyed, the teeth and gums are destroyed at an early age. In syphilitic miasm, in psoric miasm, in both these miasms, there is destruction of the teeth and the gums in both the miasms. So when psora is very much, and at a very early age, you have the problems in the teeth. The children who are born to the parents who have advanced degree of psora or syphilis or both, then even very children also you find many children who have these problems with the teeth. That is why you say many children now, even from the childhood, they need to go to the dentist.
Yes, and with the glasses the same also.
Yes,
with the
glasses
eyes.
also. Very early age.
Yeah.
This is because of this miasmatic effect.
Yeah.
Because the parents have this at a later age, children have an early age because it has got intensified. Because when it is coming from both the parents, it is more intense.
Yeah.
So they will have from the very beginning.
This is a very dramatic heritage.
Yeah.
But it's not only sweets.
Not only sweets, but the craving for sweets also another symptom.
Yeah, yeah.
Craving for something. Yeah. Craving for sweets, craving for chocolate, all these things. They are our symptoms. There are persons at night when they feel like eating, and then they go and take some chocolate. And
Yeah, yeah. Even in the hotels in Switzerland, they put you a heart, chocolate heart on the cushion of your bed.
Yeah, for temptation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only in Switzerland.
Huh?
Not only in Switzerland.
But I experienced this here. So,
And I know people who even drinks like Coca-Cola and all these things, because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are also the agents which can destroy your, because it's all full of sugar, chemical sugars,
It's acid.
and acidic.
Very
So
acidic.
your teeth are destroyed by this also. And I know, peculiar, there were, in Visakhapatnam near our family house, there is an Anglo-Indian family.
And what?
Anglo-Indian family, because they were British and then. So, one day, when I went to the house of one of our colleagues who were just opposite to them, their neighbors, then I have seen that the daughter of this family, who is about 17, 18 years, she has taken Coca-Cola from the fridge, and with the rice like soup, she mixed Coca-Cola and eating.
With
I have-
the rice?
Yes.
Like with potatoes?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this
This I have never
conversion.
seen. This I have never seen.
No, I've never seen this.
Coca-Cola is
Coca-Cola.
rice? No, I never said.
I have never seen it, but I was shocked to see this.
Like-
She has
like
taken
soup.
Coca-Cola
Yeah.
with rice.
Yeah, yes.
like a soup,
Uh-huh.
mixed and eaten.
Like Rassam,
Yeah.
but with Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Such stupid things they do.
That's strange, eh?
Unbelievable.
Maybe some Rassam in a bottle of Coca-Cola.
No, it's Coca-Cola only. Because afterwards when we have asked this, yeah, from time to time we do this. What? I said she can eat rice with Coca-Cola, with Pepsi, like this. You see, peculiar things.
Strange, eh?
Like Maria, when she went to a friend's house and they ate noodles with mayonnaise.
Ah,
I was also, I never tried that.
I've seen the fondue with Coca-Cola.
Fondue with Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
such free
cheese
things.
fondue?
Cheese fondue with Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
American.
Yeah, yeah.
Americans.
They boiled the Coca-Cola?
No, they drink the Coca-Cola while
Eating
eating the fondue.
Ah, yes, this I've seen often.
Yes, and meat and everything they eat with Coca-Cola.
Eating and drinking together is another sin.
Oh yes.
So
Especially
it's very
Coca-Cola.
much spread. I saw this now in the families in South America. They eat and drink
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah, such things, you know. Then the teeth in these people, the teeth are very much affected. So all these things. And another thing what you find in sulfur person is that taking food, having meals, generally what we do, we have certain timings. We have breakfast, and we have lunch, we have dinner. So like this, for sulfur person, it is not the thing, because first thing is he has no relish for food, and he has no discipline, and no particular timing. So when you invite for lunch, he may say, "Oh, I don't feel like." And then afterwards, he may eat some this or something. So it is not a proper type of nutrition. That is why their body is not so well.
Yeah. Normally you need only 3 times to eat a day,
Yeah.
not more.
If you put in a plate something, and before sulfur person, so then he may pick up something and then
Yeah.
he may leave. Yeah? So it's because he feels always he feels some bad taste in his mouth, no good taste. This is another problem for him. So therefore, his eating is mechanical. Suddenly he may feel hungry and then when you really give something, he may not be able to eat. Never you find a chronic sulfur person that he can take his food in good mood and good relish and good enjoyment. No, it's all like mechanical. Because in the sulfur persons, very rarely you find that they are enjoying.
There's no joy.
No joy. And the quantity of food is also very less in these persons. If it is an Akshvamka person, then he can eat indiscriminately and afterwards he can get problem with the stomach. Because he likes very spicy things or very pungent things. In Akshvamka, and indiscriminately he can eat. He can go to the restaurant or he can go to the feast and he can eat indiscriminately and afterwards he will fall sick. But in sulfur, he cannot eat even normal things because he has no good appetite and no taste. This is the problem for sulfur person, chronic sulfur person. And he cannot digest also many things. That is another problem, sulfur. His digestive system is very weak.
So, but even then, this person, they have a tremendous chance because sulfur is such a universal remedy.
Yes.
So there can be a lot of successful cures
Oh yes.
be applied.
When properly applied, you can cure many people.
Yeah.
That is what Kahneman has proved. It is a proper application and what is required.
Yeah.
And another thing is, a peculiar type of eating. Suppose you have put some bananas. So, what he does, the sulfur fellow, he picks up a banana which is half
Rotten.
rotten.
Ah.
He eats this banana and has a glass of water. It's a-
Like strange foods or like rotten foods? What is?
putrefied, rotten, he doesn't mind.
When it is, there is change in taste.
Only, yeah, only,
Things that don't taste
yes.
so good.
But because he likes it?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Or
likes
because he
it.
doesn't feel it?
he likes it.
He likes it.
This one I don't have. It's simple.
So what you find is, he cannot eat properly, he cannot eat at a time. So he keeps eating
In between.
in between always. That is what you find in this sulfur fellow. So continuously it is the bad taste in his mouth that makes him feel like that.
Feels like what?
Like if you give normal food and
He doesn't feel like
doesn't
it.
feel like it.
When
So-
you get something that has a bad taste, it's okay.
That
And
suits.
he likes it.
That suits to his.
Yeah.
And another very prominent thing is that he cannot relish, and also he cannot digest fats and proteins. Suppose if you give something made with
Milk.
milk, so if he eats, then he cannot digest.
Can you digest rasagula?
No.
No. It's nice.
And for him, if you say this is very good food, and then he uses his logic. If you corner him and say this is very good food, very tasty, if you corner him like that, then he may say that, do you dwell in taste? So then he starts speaking philosophy.
You are so materialistic and sensuous.
So
Ah, je hebt een nieuw ring.
So he supports his argument with some philosophical argumentation. So therefore he is selective, the food, he selects to avoid, because he cannot relish and also he cannot digest, so therefore he selects some things which are dried and some things. For example, if you have chips, then he will eat chips.
So there is a lot of fat in chips.
He will select something like that.
Spicy.
Spicy is Nakswamika fellow. In Nakswamika he likes very spicy.
But fat is more Nixvomica, no?
Fatty and spicy. Here he cannot, sulfur person cannot digest. Nakswamika person, after eating, he will be affected. He cannot digest. You know, in Nakswamika it is peculiar. He knows that he cannot digest, but if he looks, he looks at it, he cannot resist.
You cannot resist.
That these two things are Nakswamika.
And also regarding eating, Master has given good comparison.
Yes,
Nakshamaka patient cannot work after eating.
yes.
Sulfur patient,
Sulfur patient cannot,
if he does not eat, he cannot work.
this is two opposite. A sulfur person, he cannot work if he cannot eat. If he does not eat, he cannot work.
because he feels weak.
He feels very weak.
Yes, and he feels
Sulfur.
he feels better.
Sulfur.
And
Worse
If
after
he-
Naxwamika
eating,
person is the
yeah.
opposite.
Yes.
If he
If he eats, he cannot work in Naxwamika.
This is interesting.
he has to take siesta.
So after eating, he cannot do anything.
Next week,
Feels worse after eating.
oh,
After eating, it is a hell for Naxwamika person to work.
So master said when they both want to go to a village for a work, sulfur patient says, oh, first we have to take food in the home and then we go. Then Naxwamika patient said, no, we have to finish the work and come back and then we will eat.
Yeah.
So what do they do? usually? What do they do?
When they have to do, when they have
One
They
is
can't
eating.
go together.
They don't go together.
or the sulfur person will silently go and some eat and then goes.
Yes.
Because after eating it is impossible for Naxwamika. He has to wait until if as far as possible he has to take some sleep. Or if he cannot sleep, there is no possible, at least he has to wait for some time until he is.
So he generally does not eat food in the afternoon.
Yeah, in the afternoon he
He
tries
eats
to avoid.
just chips, burgers like that,
Yeah.
which
Nukes?
are not
Nukes?
which
Yeah.
are not
Yeah,
really
yeah.
food he takes.
There are some other medicines who need to feel sleepy after eating.
Sleepy after eating.
Uh-huh.
Very prominent is Naxwamika.
Uh-huh.
And also
Pulsatilla? No?
pulsatilla feels after eating
Not well.
all disturbance in the stomach.
Uh-huh.
Pulsatilla fellow also is a weak digestion. So after eating he feels all sounds and stirring and all these things in pulsatilla.
I'm not too sleepy.
Not too sleepy. Sleepy is typical of Naxwamika.
And there is another brother of Naxwamika, Naxmoscheta.
Naxmoscheta
He is 24 hours sleepy.
is always sleepy.
He's always sleepy.
Naxmoscheta is more intense.
And he opens his eyes, something happens here. Then if you ask what happened, he cannot explain because he sleeps. If you
With
open eyes,
Yeah.
It's always sleeping.
Would you give it for narcolepsy?
Naxmoscheta, yeah.
For
yes,
narcolepsy?
also in many fevers, after fevers, he cannot understand because there is link is failed between
His
understanding and vision.
I thought for the narcolepsy problems
Yes.
it would be suitable because some people who fall asleep in the middle
Yes.
of a work
brain. Yes.
and then it would be suitable.
But you have to also discriminate between cocculus indicus because
Uh-huh.
if it is a case after a very long period of stress, if he is there,
Uh-huh.
then also he'll fall easily asleep.
But it's not a
So-
question of eating or not.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So we have to find for the cause also.
Mhm.
So if that is the cause, then it is cocculus indicus.
Mhm.
Because in cocculus indicus,
It's linked
after
with
such a
stress.
for a long time we have very less sleep and more work, very stressed, very strained. So then he feels like this, very sleepy.
Yeah. To select a homeopathic remedy, first thing if we find a cause of the root cause, then we take it consideration.
Causation is very important.
Second, only totality of symptoms from mind.
Generally, sulfur person cannot relish anything. For him, everything is not suitable for his taste. But one thing he will like is something which is, fermented. For example, you have some buttermilk or yogurt, for example. So, if the yogurt after 2-3 days it becomes sour, then he likes that
The
sulfur.
Yes, some people like acidic.
Yes.
Yes.
When I know some persons,
Mm.
there was one lady, she was keeping the yogurt for 1 week when it becomes very sour and then you can see the
Bubbling.
The
Bubbles.
animals. The animals.
not animals but like bubbles.
The
You
bubbles.
can smell.
Yes.
So she used to take this.
She has 7 pots for each
She
day.
Yes, so every day about
every day a pot of,
Yeah.
from one
from
week.
1 week.
But was it with yogurt or was it with this sort of kefir? Was it kefir?
In
or
India
was
it is yogurt.
Ah, it was in
It was
India,
yeah.
not here.
And
I
it is,
see.
it is
Some people
very
they
good.
use some like
yes, kefir I know.
kefir.
Yes.
It's also very acidic. Sometimes
Yes.
kefir.
But it is very good. Yogurt.
Yogurt, yes.
India.
Ordinary yogurt.
Yeah.
After 1 week in India, oh la la.
Because after 6 hours it is
Yes.
already sour.
After 3 hours, it's already.
Because it is so hot.
Not in Sri Lanka.
It didn't take 6 hours, 3 hours.
No,
No,
because
in
it's fresh.
in
It's
Jan-
fresh.
because that was in December,
It was
January.
January,
It's
yes.
fresh in
but,
December.
And if it is in May, then
if
it is
it is,
difficult.
it is in May, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
In
So
May
what about
we
Swiss
make it
cheese
just
then?
No, but it's not acidic, Swiss cheese.
No, it's very fermented.
Yeah, but it's not acidic.
So he likes such things which are very fermented, very acidic. And suppose he is habituated to drink some alcoholic things, then also among the alcoholic things he will select something which is of low quality and then very fermented.
Ah.
Like vinegar.
Like
Pickle.
some beer which is
Some beer like this.
or wine from
uh,
200 years back. Wine.
It's very expensive, a wine from Jordan.
Sauerkraut.
But this wine is very expensive here in Switzerland.
Yeah, yes.
uh,
One bottle 2,000 Swiss francs.
Well, it depends on the
Yeah.
quality.
Yes.
so like that this fellow he has some such freak things for
Uh-huh.
which he is not able to take normal healthy food, but for freak things he has such taste.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
And in sulfur person, the production of the digestive juices is very less.
Mm.
That is the reason.
Yes, it needs acidic.
That is one of the reasons.
Mm.
Because in a normal person we have certain quantity of the digestive juices that are produced by pancreas and
Mm.
but in sulfur person they are very low. That is the reason. Therefore he cannot digest properly.
Mm.
That is the problem for him. And it stays a long time in stomach.
Yeah, yeah,
The food,
Mm.
it takes a long time in stomach before it is digested.
Mm.
That is why
There's
Is
not
not-
enough acid. in the
not
stomach.
enough acid, yes.
Uh-huh.
Suppose if he eats some dal or lentils,
Mm.
then the stool what he passes will be with lentils. That means they are not
Ah.
digested.
Ah.
His digestive power is very poor.
Yeah. Mm.
So a chronic digestive problems what you find in sulfur person. For many years his digestion is always poor, always problem. So generally there is another tendency that in the chest he feels heaviness, and if there is any little indigestion then he feels it more as if the chest is very tight. So he suffers from this chronically. That is what you find in sulfur person. Suppose in the night, in the evening he has eaten. If suppose at 7 o'clock he has eaten. In the morning also if he gets, if he's heavy and if he gets a belching, belches,